What's up YouTube? Hey, this is Kiro and this is Riding with Kiro. Thank you so much for still coming back and watching my channel. For those of you who have been subscribing to me, apologies for not uploading. I've been busy. A lot of things have changed. Work, life and all that kind of stuff, but we'll save it for another episode. Today I'm actually excited to share with you that I've upgraded to a brand new Yamaha 2023 R1. Let's jump right into the bike. I've been with the bike for 2 weeks now. I'm more into like what kind of vibe the bike gives rather than all the technical stuff. So if you're up for that, let's go, yo. So I've actually been with the bike for about 2 weeks plus now. I've been out riding for quite some time. This is quite a huge jump for me. I came from a 155 Yamaha R15. I haven't changed a lot of stuff. A few things I've changed. The sports touring windshield, add on the socks, foot pegs, spools. Other than that, I haven't really touched on the exterior of the bike a lot. You know what? Let's just jump straight into the bike and then I'll show you guys. So you can see the whole YRC menu comes up, and this is sick, man. This is like impressive. So within 2 weeks plus, I've been riding close to like 842 km, which I need to go to 1,000 just to break it in. Quad lock. Okay, so this is the sound of the stock bike. I know the video doesn't do justice, but it's not really loud. I mean, it's just alright, it's decent, it's okay. So I know there are certain models like 2014 to 2019 that has this thing where the front fairing would just cut across, so it would just be like a V shape. It doesn't have this thing here. So this is more towards like the R6, R7 kind of like vibe. And then one side, so if you do your high beam, it's gonna be here. Yeah, standard stuff, man. On the controls itself, you can see that I have different modes, right? So changing the mode up and down would allow me to change the whole mode C, B and a bunch of stuff. Yep, I'm just gonna turn off the engine, sorry, it's just getting a bit loud here, but okay. The modes itself allow me to change from mode A, B, C and D. From what I know, let me know if I'm wrong. Mode A should be for track, and then B is more like a subtle track thing where it's not too much, but a lot of your stuff like traction control, slide control is way much more higher. And then mode C would be for the road, like if you're riding on the street like daily from work and home and stuff. And then mode D would be for rain. So on the rainy day itself, you'll see a lot of the stuff starts turning on. And then I have my, interesting thing, I have my hazard light now. So this is the first time I'm having a hazard light on my bike. So I'm actually kind of like getting so vibed about this thing. Because back then my R15 doesn't have this. So it's just right on the bottom here. And then high beam. And then this is the trigger for high beam. Signal lights and horns are pretty decent. So it's still okay given that we're in like an enclosed space, so it's pretty loud. You got your suspension, like a front load thing, we have the tension, preload and a bunch of stuff where you could adjust. And then on the back, we do have this option where you can fine tune this. So I think that's the lock, and then this is where you control the suspension itself. I do have quick shifter on this guy. Some people like to have this thing swapped out, so you do it instead of 1, neutral, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's more intuitive to people who likes to use it on the track, I guess. To be honest, coming from 155cc, this is a huge jump. The posture itself isn't that bad. On my R15, when I mount onto the bike, so you see right now I'm wearing boots, right? I'm 175 cm. Both my legs, my heels couldn't really touch the floor. Like I have to push myself down, then I can properly sit down. So sometimes going to certain places like shopping malls where you have like higher slopes, it can tend to be a little bit dangerous. For those of you who's like first time riding this, going to different places, try to be careful and know what you're doing. Comparing to other class 2 bike, this is considered one of the lightest bike, but given that it's still a glitter bike, it is heavy. And then a few things about the menu, right? I don't have a fuel gauge, so I cannot see how much fuel I have left. So you can see here itself, I have a menu button. So if you press and hold on the menu, you go into the YRC menu, which you can do a bunch of things like certain brightness, display, clock. It's not a lot of stuff, but it's still pretty okay. And then if you press and hold again, you change it to your main menu. Like you come back to the home screen, and then as you scroll up and down on the wheel, like if you change it up and down, you can get things like your fuel average, current fuel. Yeah, so like the whole trip 1, trip 2 thing is just what I do for my fuel gauge. If the low fuel light came on, right, then I know that according to the menu, I should have 3 liters left, which I checked my tank should be 17. Yeah, other than that, I do have some pre-recorded video that I did some days ago. Let's go! So the bike has been great back and forth for work, not much of an issue. Sometimes it gets a bit hot. Fuel consumption, I can ride this guy for about 150, 160 km before I had to refuel again. The tank should be 17 liters. When you use up, before the light starts coming on, you would have 3 liters left. It's not exactly a fuel efficiency bike, but I guess, you know, with its power, it sure comes with its own pros and cons. It just feels like it wants to run, and the machine will get hot if you don't push it up. So I guess I'll be going across the border a lot more. It takes a while to get used to the bike, to be honest. The first few weeks when I was riding this, right, my hand hurts. I realized that I was putting so much on my palm. Like even right now, though I'm starting to learn how to clamp my thigh on the tank, I still realized that I had the habit of putting my weight on my palms for 20 minutes of ride. Sometimes you feel that your hand gets really tired, like straining. So you really got to learn how to get used to the bike. For those of you who really want to get a sports bike like the R1 for your daily trip, I mean, you could do it, right? You don't have to. I mean, there are going to be people that say things like, bro, don't buy it, it's uncomfortable, it's blah blah blah. If you really want one, like a sports bike, just go for it, man. End of the day, you are the one that's just going to look at your bike, you are happy with it, you like it, and just don't get too worked up on the things that people say. After my whole 3 years journey with this riding thingy, getting my license, I realized one thing: they're gonna have a lot of things to say, and everyone has a different style, a different viewpoint on certain things. And then if you're one of those people that would easily get affected by what people say, then you know, it's really gonna get hard for you to choose what ride you want, what bike you want, because you are never gonna make up your mind. So back then when I was riding the R15, right, I would, if I wanna like speed up and overtake, I usually would have to down gear twice, turn on the throttle and then speed up and overtake. With this guy, I could just turn the throttle and the bike would just go, man. But it definitely comes with its risks. I wouldn't recommend anyone to really jump from 155 to right away just into 1000cc. It's not exactly the best idea. You do have to know what you are doing, and it takes a lot of self-awareness to really be careful. So I am on mode B, which the throttle response is tiny bit more sensitive, but it definitely gives you that sudden pump. See that? So I think for those of you who really get the bite, you have to be careful. My recommendation is just go with mode C. Mode C would reduce the throttle response, and I think it's a great start for anyone who rides the bike the first time. Like, you gotta be careful with what your right hand does. That was dangerous, man. We do gotta stretch a bit. Gosh, my neck. Yeah, and this is the thing that you have to deal with, okay? If you have neck issues, this is it, man. I need to wash my bike. I haven't washed it for 2 weeks. Come on. See? Fuck, man. You know, I want to change this away, but yeah. See you guys. Bye.
Ready?
Ready?
1, 2, go.
Okay.
2, 1, go.
Okay.
Do you sell jump on cable?
这个可以吗？
不可以啊。
这种啦，5 in 1 噻。